Oh shit.
Dude, there's something about like Highland pipes, like a good old like oh shoot, what are they called?
Pipes?
No, so there's a reel and there's something else, and then a reel, a jig, and then a slow air. That's what it's called. The slow air, like the sad songs. They're like the whiny, like what you were just playing.
The whiny sad song.
Did you say whiny?
Yeah, whiny sad songs. Whiny.
As an Irishman, I say fuck you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't whine. You just brood. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brooding better than whining.
it's true. All right, hang on. I don't think the music is coming through as much for me. Oh, the song is called Melancholy.
This playlist is called Melancholy.
Well, you're... No, I'm not going to do that. Dude.
I knew what you were going to do.
Huh?
Eh.
Eh? Oh?
Huh?
Huh?
Nice. What?
What?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm ready for anything now.
I'm ready for Kismet to get back in her chair.
Kismet.
Yeah? Yeah? Well, watch this.
Oh, sons of
Kismet
bitches.
has a very old door that it's very difficult to make close correctly.
Know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Actually got a little device that goes on my doorknob and hooks into the door latch in the frame, so it stays propped open. And I like that a lot.
Oh, for Kitty.
Yeah. It's just wide enough for Frida to be like,
I had to bathe my cats today because they got fleas.
Oh no.
And it was awful.
yeah.
We all survived. I was the one I was most worried about, but we all survived. And they are currently both curled up on a fluffy blanket in the smallest, like trying to get under the blanket, but be on the blanket in the smallest little fluffy balls they can possibly make, because their outsides are dry, but their bellies, they're not airing their bellies out enough. So their tummies are still wet. It's so sad.
Stupid cats don't even know how evaporation works.
They don't.
Dummies.
But they were, oh my gosh, Buddy has been not sleeping because he's been itching, so we gave him the meds for it, and then we had to wait a couple days for the meds to sink in before we could bathe him. I think he's, this is the first time I've seen him sleep really hard in almost a week. I'm pretty glad we did it. Anyway, Ergoot, sorry. I did.
Oh yeah, I need to change Air Doom.
Air Doom.
Yeah. We have changed. Okie doke.
Maybe one day he'll be in Erg rooms.
Oh. We are so using that.
Goodness.
That has become one of my new favorite foods.
What?
What?
Kale.
Oh, I heard Willow. It was like,
I know, I was like...
Kale has become one of my favorite foods.
Ooh. Mm-mm. I mean, yay, but oh.
I know. Well, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, their lips have not. This has not happened.
Yep. They haven't even kissed yet, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
No. And Ergoon just, killed one of her old friends, just so you know.
Yeah.
Who knows how that's gonna play
I'm
out?
sure it won't be complicated at all.
There are no complicated emotions going on here. And in a weird way, Ergoon killed himself. Meta.
Too meta.
One of my favorite things was when Kismet was like, I'm just gonna knock him out, and I'm like, make a wisdom saving throw.
Try.
I'm like, is anyone gonna stop her? And looking at Alora's face, this like, there was like so much going on in your eyes at that moment of like this fury and sadness, and like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to kill him, but this is what we have to do, and I'm so fucking sad right now, and like, haunting, darling, haunting.
Thank you.
And then I tried to stop her, and Orlak held me back. He didn't have to try very hard. I let him hold me back, but I think it's very important to Eliza that he held her back. There it is. That's forlorn. The history of Hali. The life and history of Halabaster Wynn.
Until he was murdered by his friend's new boyfriend.
Hang on. He made the first kill. Okay.
Yeah, he tried to kill Kismet first. Let's be clear.
He did
Tried
kill
to.
Kismet.
He did.
He
And I was
succeeded.
like, fuck you.
You know
with
what also
no warning.
definitely sucks? If he hadn't, and they still had a Revivify spell and the diamond, which they are out of now, Eliza might have brought him back right now.
Did you search Hali?
I don't have any more spells.
Well, and Revivify has to happen within like 10 minutes.
Minute of death.
Right.
Or 1
Right.
minute. Yeah. 1
So
minute.
even if he has a diamond, I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah. I could with my staff, I think. I'll double check that. Even then, I think it's too late by this point.
Yeah.
Depends on where John starts us.
Yeah. I do have Revivify, and I do have enough charges for it. But I do need
That is a decision Willow will have to make.
diamond with worth.
We are out of diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think I do have one. But
Is it a big enough one?
yeah, well, I think during some of our downtime before we were traveling, I think it was just 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Willow, Orlak, and Ergoon, and we were talking about shopping because we had sold a bunch of stuff to get all those potions and stuff. And I tried to get that metal rod that was forked for the whole
The tuning fork.
interplanar stuff we're doing. And I fucking failed. It's fine. Because it has to be attuned to a particular plane. So it's not cheap. And it's not easy to find.
Ben, did you want to give History of Hali tonight? Do you want to wait for Brian to come back?
Whatever the group decides. I have Spark Notes. I can make the Spark Notes better between now and Brian. But
What that means.
Like Cliff Notes? Like
I have a series of notes of Hallie's history. I'm just saying, like, it could be more than just notes. Whatever. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have necessarily time anyway, I suppose. But I guess the point being is that if people want to hear it, I can give it. If people want to wait for Brian, then I can wait for Brian.
I guess it decides on if it would make gameplay better tonight, if we know or if we don't know.
I think we can wait.
Okay.
Because
yeah, especially.
he's not necessarily out of the story yet, so
Mhm.
Yeah, for meta stuff, sure.
Well, because we do have the option of maybe finding somebody who can speak with dead and ask a few questions.
That's assuming that he would be at all likely to cooperate. Speak with dead doesn't compel the dead to tell you what they wouldn't tell you in life.
Speak with dead. You're speaking with the memory of the body, not the soul.
Mm. Copy that.
Well, then, why don't we? We're going to actually rewind just a touch, just for a moment,
Oh no.
just to make LJ cry some more.
Great.
Kismet. Look on your face. Sound of the dimension door appearing catches your keen ears. The water sloshes around your boots as you run toward the supply room in the bottom of the ship. That's Hali. It's gotta be. If you can get to him first, you might be able to save him. You round the corner and there he is, scowl on his face, fury in his eyes. But before you can say anything, he points his finger at you and says, I told you not to follow. Now die. The air you'd taken in to argue your cause escapes from your lungs as your eyesight blurs and goes dark. And there is nothing. And then you hear a voice. Kismet? Hello, my wee girl. You don't remember ever hearing this voice, but you know instantly who it is. Your eyes pop open to see a dusky-skinned elf smiling at you. Bronze-colored armor, gold trim, falling leaves embroidered into the dark material of his cape. As you look at him, you realize he's not an elf. His ears are longer and pointier, his facial features sharper, just like your mother's. In a room with elves, you'd think he was another one of them, but with the truth in your heart, you can tell. He is Fae, Eladrin. He reaches out his hand and pulls you out of the water. You look back at the battle. Willow screams and charges Hali, tears rolling down her face as she grabs him by the throat and starts to suck the life from his body. Desperation in her look, Eliza rushes to your side. You look down and see yourself, eyes open and empty, floating in the water, your sword slipping from your hands. But it's all creeping along so slowly, time within time. An instant played out over minutes. We have but a moment. He looks at Eliza, drawing your attention to her hand. She's holding the diamond, getting ready to bring you back. We have but a moment, and you have questions.
Who am I?
Don't know if your mother ever told you our real names, but I am Sir Salis, and your mother's real name was Miofine. We are the rightful heirs to the Autumn Court, and you are our one and only heir, our daughter, our truest love.
What happened to you? Why didn't I know you?
Elorian, he was one of our best friends, one of our most loyal in our court. But he had eyes on the throne and eyes on your mother. He gathered as many forces as he could, and they stormed the throne. Your mother and I had to escape to Sotharum, to your world. But it was a long trek to get to the portal. We were not going to make it. None of us. And he had designs to kill every one of us if he caught us. She begged me not to. By sitting your mother on the head to take you and to raise you, while I assured your escape. But I did not escape. Lorien and his friends caught up with me. Fought valiantly, but eventually fell. But you got away, and so have no regrets. And look at how you've grown. You do us all so proud.
Will I ever see you again?
Aye, Pat, you will. I'm in Palace, and when it's your time for the afterlife, you and I can sit together and have a drink. You can tell me all the stories. But that throne, that's rightfully yours. And that's why he wants you so badly. If he can marry you, then he is also the rightful heir.
I don't know. I don't even know how to get there.
Well, your mother and I left something for you so that you'd always be able to return home, though you might need help to do it. We put a bit of each of us inside your blades. I am Tyrion, the Protector. Your mother is Gwenael, the Heart of Rage. Both of them fueling your fights, making sure that you don't slip away. And both of them, if you listen closely, when it's very quiet, vibrate a certain way. They are attuned to our home. Your friend Willow, she should know how to use them to get you there. And you hear this sound, and you look over and you see Eliza has this diamond in her hand has broken, and it's starting to seep into your skin, and you look down at your hands and you can see the stars in you. He says, quickly, anything else?
What's my name?
Your name is Kismet. Because you are fate. Everything that brought your mother and I together to make you was impossible. Two people from different courts creating a new one millennia ago. Finding love in a place where none of us had ever thought to look. The fate of taking you to Thotharum. The fate of your mother being run out. Of you growing up as you did. Finding these wonderful friends. Without you, without all of them, this realm would have fallen. The Protector God is sleeping. Perhaps you need to waken. But until then, you've been keeping this realm safe for everyone else. And you hear this rushing of wind in your ears, and he reaches out and holds your hands, and you can feel the warmth of his skin. As he slowly fades, and he says, "Don't worry. It'll seem like a long time, but soon I'll see you."
I love you, Dad.
I love you, my daughter. Adieu. Shall meet you in Palace. And he kisses your forehead, and you can feel the warmth, the moisture of his lips. And then, and you're back in the battle.
God damn it, John.
Now we'll go back to our regular time. As you all bob up and down in the waves, Hali wrapped in seaweed, hands cuffed behind his back.
When I pull the skull from the bag, do I feel anything emanating from it? Or does it just feel like an object?
If you go to touch it and Kismet sees that, gonna touch it.
Well, I would have had to release it from the bag, right?
Grab it
Well,
with
if you pulled it out of the bag, as far as I know,
I just opened the bag.
And opened the bag.
Okay, so I'm just holding it open with the bag, revealing it. So I am very close to it, but the bag is preventing me from fully touching it.
And there are large pieces of wood and stuff around here if you guys wanted to not tread water any longer.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have been like, oh shit. So I'm still holding Hali and the bag.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get
I thought that Ergun was holding him because Ergun was the one who grappled him. And...
You grappled him and snapped his neck, and then as soon as you did that, I got myself off of Orlak and rushed over and grabbed Hali.
Missed that part. I copy that.
Yeah. So then I was hugging Hallie's body when we last. When I felt a bump.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get
Lump.
back to the ship. We need to take him.
Very badly.
Yeah.
Orlak, can you wail again?
Yeah, I can do that. Are we ready to go?
We're ready to go.
All right.
I'm going to take the bag and tie it to my belt on the opposite side of the sword.
And we all still have water breathing, I think. That's just an effect. It's not a concentration, and it lasts for 24 hours.
Yep.
Music is coming in loud on somebody.
It might be Ben because of his kick-ass.
I just muted myself, so
Could be me because I'm not hearing it.
I would maybe consider restarting Roll20 because for me, for a while, I was playing two different songs.
No, that was Roll20 playing two different songs.
Whatever.
Because sometimes it errors. I emailed them about it, and they basically were like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing that happens if you don't stop all your music and then hit exit game.
God.
It'll start playing the song that you were playing, and the only way to stop it is to delete the song, and then you have to re-add the song."
Oh my God.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. Good job, Roll20.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Roll20, is that a picture of Kismet's dad?
That's a picture of Kismet's dad.
Holy
Ooh.
shit.
Why isn't...
Swoon.
I need to launch the game.
And his mother. And her mother.
And what... Sorry, I didn't get
I did
that
that
down.
too.
What did you say their names were again?
They're under.
Cizalis and Miaphine.
And what were the meanings?
Hmm?
What were...
Hang on.
Oh, those are my blades. So
Yeah.
the
Oh,
names
gotcha.
of my blades are the second names that he said.
Mm.
And I can tell you what those are as soon as I pull them up on TNT Beyond. Gweldef, or Gweidlef. I'm John can probably say it better than I can. And Tarian.
You spelled those
Hang on, I'll post them.
pigs. I need them for my notes.
And I feel like it was the names of the blades, and so you said, or he said that your mom and dad had like hidden something of themselves in the blades, right?
Yeah, like sort of like their essence, because they have sort of like two different essences. The blades do.
Yeah.
But John, I think just.
Oh my God, the blades are a tuning fork.
Yeah,
are
they're-
attuned to the plane. That is so cool.
Mm-hmm. So fucking red.
I almost spelled them right.
They're, not exactly standard American names.
Exactly.
The Protector and Gwenael, the Heart of Rage. That one. I was like, oh, love that.
That fits.
Also, Kismet, your parents are hot.
I mean, that only makes sense, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. But also the fact that you were like, what's your name? And he was like, Kismet, because you are fate. Fuck yeah! Ah! Ugh! Okay. Anyway.
With a couple of magical words, Orlak turns into this giant scaled whale. You all hold on as he goes through the water. Very calm in the dark ocean. Cold as you all get a little while to think about what has just transpired, until eventually it comes up to the top. You see your ship ahead of you as he pulls in toward it. They throw ropes and nets over the side for you to climb up. You pass the body up and onto the deck. You're back on the ship. And the captain says, Well, you were gone for a while and you're looking worse for wear. What happened out there?
We got what we came for.
Who's that? That's him, innit?
Yeah.
This is our good friend and also enemy. Alabaster Wind. Is there a place where we can care for him? For his body?
Doctor! And he calls out behind him. There's a surgeon on board the boat. He says, of course. Please follow me. I'll take you to the infirmary. And Kismet, the captain says, so are we heading back?
Right.
All right, we'll turn the ship around and let us know if you need anything. You all look like you've been through the ringer. Remember, we literally have barrels of rum.
We may need it.
Thank the gods for that.
I'll thank you kindly in advance. Just let us know if you need anything. She just looks kind of grayer than usual. And
I'll point that out.
she's talking to him, she's saying all the right words, so she's just not really there.
Yeah.
Just wanders up to the front of the ship.
The doctor leads you down into the infirmary, and you can see like there's a lot of people on this ship, like 100 or so, and as you like come down the stairs, like everybody gets quiet and watch as you walk through the deck with this dead body in your arms and just this kind of grave procession. The doctor takes you into the back. This is the area where if somebody gets injured on board ship, they take them down there, and he tries to stop the bleeding and all of that, but it is clean at the moment. They have put fresh linens on this, on the operating bed. And one of his assistants puts like a pillow down for his head for you to lay him on this table.
I'm going to begin to dress the body. Clean the wounds. Dry him off as much as I can.
Look, silently, the doctor and his helpers assisting you, whatever you need, but trying not to get in your way, letting you do the work. Willow?
Willow, are you helping?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm helping. I'm just still feeling conflicted about all of this.
Yeah.
I keep trying to convince myself that we just did what we had to do.
We did. And the problem isn't that we did it, the problem was that we had to do it.
Yeah.
If you think about it, he did this. These are the choices he made.
I just can't believe that he truly just did not listen. I tried to tell him that we were there for him, and he didn't have to do any of this alone.
If he hadn't killed Kismet, I think I would have tried to make sure this didn't happen.
Same.
But if he can do that, then he wasn't our Hali anymore.
You're right. He even looked different. I can't believe how sunken in his face started looking. And just the darkness that I saw behind his eyes.
Well, he doesn't look different now. He just looks like Hali.
This is how I want to remember him.
Do you remember that time I went for a walk too early in the morning? I think he would have burned the whole world down to find me.
Yeah, he was ready to.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice, like around the eyes, there's like dark circles. He's thinner and skin is, well, it's gone a little gray and discolored.
As I'm cleaning him, I'm gonna look for like any new markings or tattoos or things that seem out of place that might give me a clue as to what he'd been up to recently.
All right, make an investigation roll.
Oh. 25 total.
25. Nice.
He is dead.
Yes.
He's not resisting.
Yeah, you I imagine take off his armor and all of his belongings and his clothes and stuff and start just kind of looking around, seeing what he's got, and at some point you just kind of like start wiping his hair away and you feel a bump under his hair. In fact, as you start feeling his skull, you feel two bumps. Like here.
Willow, come look at this with me. And I'm going to move the hair out of the way. Can I see anything, or is it just grooved?
You see this one is, it's just it looks like a bony bump under the skin. It's very hard. It's almost like skull or something. And you move it out of the way for the other one, and you can see that the skin has started to split, and it looks like the beginnings of a horn.
He's an elf, right? Do elves don't
This is not
grow
thing.
horns?
Mm-mm. He was really in deep.
Chaos magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there some kind of investigation or arcana that I could...
Yeah.
Orlak just says chaos magic. When people mess around with chaos magic, it'll pervert them. Sometimes they grow horns, stuff like that. I guess your friend was into that sort of shit.
I hate that makes our choice the right one.
Yeah. Willow's fingers graze against the stab wound that she had left in his neck. And just covers it. And says, "I'm sorry, old friend. I'm sorry that you had to change, that you felt the need to. You felt you needed to do this on your own.
He'd been on his own for so long before us.
Stupid elf.
Hopefully didn't know how to be human with us.
It just sucks so much, Eliza.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
Even though we hadn't seen him for quite some time. I miss him.
I miss who he was before this thing. She motions to the bag at her belt. Speaking of which, I should probably make a report back to the king.
Yes, that's a good idea. Don't want to get in trouble again.
Yay, we fulfilled our mission.
Yeah, let's go drink about it.
Congratulate us. Riches and glory.
This just doesn't feel like a victory at all.
And you know what's really fun? Is our reward for all of this is probably going to be fighting demons.
Mm-hmm. That and being able to keep our keep. That was pretty much it.
Oh, there's also the whole not destroying the world thing. I do appreciate that. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
Willow, I'm so sad I didn't even make a joke about his dick.
Eliza, it is okay. I mean, out of respect for him, I'm not going to look.
Same. I'm gonna go make that report to the king.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were just gonna like.
No.
Kismet, what are you doing? You're on mute.
Kismet is just staring out into the horizon at the bow of the ship. She didn't go to see him. She hasn't really said much other than just greeting the captain and setting course. And
The boat creaks and starts to turn to one side as all the sails turn to catch the wind, and the ship turns around in the night.
this seems adrift. There is not really any reading her. There's no agitation, there's no real sadness anymore. Just intensely focused on something not in front of her.
Ergun?
Ergun will be just standing in the room where they're preparing, where Willow and Eliza are preparing Hali, and he'll just be standing and waiting and watching quietly. and just kind of being there to hear whatever they have to say. Just recognizing how this is a moment for them and his part in it. I think that when they choose to leave, he'll probably stay with the body unless they ask him to not. Because at this point, the body is what keeps bringing back the body, and bringing back the skull is what keeps them out of further trouble.
I think Eliza left, but Willow stayed.
Cool. Well,
is that correct?
Yeah, I haven't left yet.
And then that's where the Draken stays.
I suppose I should probably go get some rest, huh?
Rest would be good. If your soul cannot rest, perhaps you should speak more. I am here to listen.
I don't even know what else I can say at the moment. It's all still so fresh.
We Draken have this custom called Garu, where being creatures born of rage, desperation, and emotion are full of these. Sometimes they need to be let go and expressed. Garu is one Draken staying with another to let them do that, but not alone.
It's kind of lovely.
So I shall perform Garu with you. You should not be alone.
Willow just lets out a huge scream, like from the depths of her body. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to destroy my mic.
And freak out your roommates.
Yeah, and they'll be like, what's going on? It's just that, like, full body, just like... Yeah. How the hell was I supposed to put that into words? Thank you, Ergun.
He nods his head.
Hmm?
Of course.
The last time I lost somebody this close to me was my mother. I was a child back then. But the emotions feel the same. I never really grew out of that kind of fear and grief. Just pain. It's gotta go somewhere. Called Garu, you said?
Garu. Pain is a process.
I wish I'd had it back then. But I suppose better late than never. I think I need to go rest. I'm gonna go rest now. Yeah.
John, is there a place to build a fire? Like a little fire on the deck?
No, not really. Probably catch the ship on fire. The only place for a real fire is in the kitchen.
I can produce flame in my hand. It's not a big raging bonfire, but it's something.
Yeah, I guess that'll work. Kismet goes around and gets some of the rum aforementioned and puts it into 5 mugs and goes and sort of sets it up in a little area up at the front of the ship. And finds a candle and sits there and once everything's sort of all put together, goes and finds the others.
Eliza would have just finished up her report to the king and also a message to Allard, letting him know what had happened.
Ergun will just follow Willow wherever she goes, and if they leave the room, he'll wave over one of the shipmates and give them a gold to stand watch at the door. And then he'll let the captain know that he did that.
All right. Fair enough. You find one of the Marines on board. There's a probably 20 of them. Find a couple of those guys will go and stand watch. Captain has no problem with it.
Once everybody's sort of there, she passes out the cups and looks at everyone, but particularly Willow and Eliza. I don't not particularly gifted with words, but that wasn't Hali. Not really. That wasn't my Hali. It wasn't the Hali I knew.
Mm-mm.
The eyes I looked into were not his. And I'll go to my grave regretting not being able to make him understand that we would have gone anywhere to help him. And I don't know when that Hali got lost, if it was before he left or after, but I wanted to have a drink to honor the memory of our Hali. It's none of us deserve to be remembered for our darkest moments.
Eliza glances down at the sword at her side. Very, very small glance, and then back up when Kismet says that.
So, if you wouldn't mind, Willow, and she gestures to the candle.
I cast Produce Flame on the candle.
To Alabaster Win.
Alabaster Win.
Alabaster Win.
I know you two didn't know him, but you know us. So your lives have at least been touched by the way that he shaped ours. For better or worse. And she starts, somewhat surprisingly, singing in Elvish. But I'll sing it in English so you guys can hear it. I don't know when I'll see you again. One day upon the golden fen, now laid to rest upon the sea, my friend and brother, Hali.
You would have loved that.
And she pours herself another mug and drinks it.
Willow hands hers back over. Might as well keep them coming.
Yep. I drink rum tonight.
Yeah, you do. Ugh. Yeah.
You drink into the night until the weariness of the day catches up with you and you head off to your quarters. Just as the sun's coming up. Eliza.
Did we get a long rest?
Not quite yet. You're still asleep. You are in the middle of your sleep, conked out from a lot of rum, when suddenly you're back at in Bastion. The group of you, all dressed nicely. Sir Marsilius Villari announces you to the king. You walk in, you see Mina there, smiling, dressed nicely, not shackled. You see your father. He looks as proud as he's ever looked at you. You see Allard giving you a thumbs up as you walk up to the throne, kneel before the king, and you pull out the skull and you present it to him. He reaches out and grabs it, and as he touches it, you imagine aerial view of Bastion burning, falling to the ground, the palace, bat-winged creatures flying over it. And this giant demon in the middle of everything. Man can be so predictable. And you wake up.
Eliza looks down. Is she still wearing the skull and the sword?
Yes. If that's how you went to bed.
Yes. I'm not letting you get these things out of my sight or off my person.
As a point, do you think that Orlak would have let the skull go unwatched by him?
He might be in the same room.
Yeah. I imagine Orlak is in the same room, actually. So I have a scene I have something I want to do with Orlak. Is it okay even though Brian's not here?
I can try. If I feel like he should be here for that, I'll.
Yeah. You know what? I'll save the idea I have for when he's back, because I think this is something he'll want to be part of. But I'm gonna wake up, and then does my waking up wake Orlak?
Yeah.
Orlak.
I'm looking at you.
Hi. If we were not involved and the king were not involved, what would you want to do with the skull?
If I had gotten the skull, I would have brought it back to my superiors in Imperia.
I'm gonna look down at the skull and I'm gonna say, next time tell me what happens if we do that. Good night.
I'm sorry. What? Is it talking to you? Is it the sword?
It's not the sword. I had a dream of what would happen if we brought the skull to the king, and I don't know if it's true or if it's a demon making me dream it. And honestly, I don't really trust anything that comes to me in dreams right now due to this fuckery. I just want to know what my options are. You know, Orlak, I've gotten very used to carrying the worst of my fate around my waist.
Well, you know you have friends who can carry some of it for you now.
Do you think I'm going to let you hold on to the skull
No.
and the lives of everyone I
perhaps
love?
Willow. Perhaps Kismet.
You can't make
You
me carry
have
this.
a sword talking to you, and a god.
It's been
talking
pretty
to you.
quiet today.
And now you're going to have a skull
skull.
talking to you too.
Yeah.
You're going to go mad.
Maybe I'm
If
already a
you-
little bit mad.
Yes, we're all a little bit mad for what we do. However, one person does not need to carry all of the burden. I know you think that you're the only one who can do this, that you're the strongest, but we're only strong when we depend on other people.
I will not tie the end of the world around the waist of one of my friends.
Then perhaps you should give them the opportunity to volunteer.
I'll think about it.
I think we should ask them now.
They're asleep. We're not waking them up. We can ask them in the morning.
Yes, I'm sure that they'll have a hard time falling back asleep. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Willow, Kismet, did we wake you up already?
You're all basically in bunk beds.
If you think I've been asleep, then you don't know me quite well enough. And she just like sits up in bed with still a mug of rum.
What?
The skull has sent me dreams. Or at least I'm dreaming and they feel different.
Feel like if there's bunks on top of each other, like Ergun is on a bunk underneath Willow, but has his tail up on top of her bunk.
Holding her hand.
I probably had like a death grip on your tail.
Ergun might lose the tip of his tail just from how tight.
Ow, that's attached to me.
John's Orlak is a little bit more Batman.
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, though, is pretty accurate.
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
That skull is an asshole.
Yep. Would it be...
What
It's
time
a fey asshole. Give it here.
You already have a fey asshole.
Yeah. I feel like Kismet is the only one who laughs at that.
I think we're rubbing off on you.
That was funnier than intended.
A lot of your jokes are, bud. It's okay. Pat on your tail.
I've gotten very used to carrying this. Not just this, but this, and I feel resilient.
You look tired.
You don't have to.
Well, I do have to carry this one.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
Would one of you sleep with our friend here tonight?
They both have their hands out.
Okay, you're going to have to boulder dagger
Boulder parchment shear.
boulder parchment shears for this.
Alright. On 3? Or after 3?
Oh, let's do it after.
3 then go.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 then go. Alright.
Okay.
1, 2.
It's Willow.
Willow gets it.
Yay, nightmares.
Do not open it
And don't touch it.
and don't touch it.
I wasn't gonna.
Okay, let's go back to bed.
Hey. Kismet just like leans over her bunk down at Eliza. Proud of you.
What?
Proud of you.
Oh. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't die. Don't.
Thanks for not letting me go.
Not a chance. I'm gonna need another diamond.
I have one somewhere.
And then as Eliza lays down, she's gonna be like, oh, guys, this is gonna be a little weird. I'm gonna pray, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Okay?
All right.
And then she's gonna reach out to
Adalia.
Adalia. I keep wanting to say Adira because it's so close to
That's your
Adalia,
mom.
but that's my mother's name. Adalia. She's gonna reach out to Adalia and be like,
We're definitely not all peeking over our beds collectively watching you pray.
Mm-hmm. You warned us, so.
My dear lady, Adalia, I think you know what's going on. Thank you for stopping this dude from infecting my mind again. You seem to know a lot of things, being a god. Sorry, this isn't more holy. I don't really know what I'm doing. If I'm to dream again, could I get some guidance? Or could you send some to my friend Willow? Or protect her from the skull? Whatever in your wisdom you think is best. But we need we need a little guidance right now because there's a lot of demons talking to us, and I don't know if you've met demons. They're not great. You've met demons. They're not great. So, all praises. Good night.
Let's see here.
Should I be reaching out to my ancestors or something? I feel like there's a lot of this kind of like needing to reach out to higher powers vibes tonight.
I mean, y'all don't know jack shit about what I saw.
That's true.
That's true. As far
Also,
as,
I don't recommend dying just to, talk to your dead dad.
hey, I've talked to my dead mom. It's fine.
Eliza.
Oh, shit.
Make a wisdom check.
Great wisdom. Liza ain't that wise.
She got fucking 16 plus 3. Yeah, she is.
Never mind. But even with +3, 9.
9.
Hey, we had a long day.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
feeling a little scattered and
Hali died.
yeah, not terribly connected right now. You may, as you're kind of like lying there, like, that wasn't a great prayer.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to be, since she is the goddess of nature, maybe you need to be in a more
In
natural
nature.
setting.
Go jump in the ocean.
She thinks about it. She has that impulse, but decides against it because she's very tired. So I'm going to go to sleep.
I could cast it ritually, but
I'll pray when I get back to the land.
okay. Good night.
Good night. Kismet.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Argoon's already snoring. Very snoring. He purrs and snores.
Fine.
Orlak is sitting in a chair watching everybody.
Creep.
Orlak, go to sleep. You need it.
I'll sleep when you wake up.
Okay.
Right. The rest of the night goes uneventful. Managed to sleep pretty late and get your long rests.
Thanks.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Heal, 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 heal. Spells, 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 spells.
Ah, so many hit points back.
I had used up 11 of my total spell slots.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right before the last session, I went through everybody's character sheet just to see what they had.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
It wasn't much.
it wasn't much, and I was like, because I had pretty much designed the whole encounter, and then was like, what does everybody have? How fucked are they?
Fucked.
And the answer was pretty fucked.
Capital F. Fucked.
With a capital PH.
Yeah. Fuck.
I don't know if you.
HP.
Oh, I need to reset my wild shapes too. Huh?
Tiffany, I don't know if you do this, but I do tireless after every long rest, which just gives you a small temporary hit point pool because it doesn't expire, or at least it doesn't say that it does. So I just
That's
do
true.
that.
It's not a bad idea.
I said we're fucked with a capital PH and a negative HP.
Ah! Damn.
Spend the next week or so trying to shoot yourself back home as fast as you can. The ship is very fast.
I'm not helping it this time.
Gotcha.
I don't wanna.
But no more bad dreams. But none from Adalia either. And late one afternoon, as you're heading up the canals, or not the canals, the channel, you see the points on the castle at Bastion, the High Keep, as it were, and come around the corner, and you can see all of the city. You know, the higher class part of the city on this little island, and then the bridge that goes over to the lower city, and it is bustling, and there are ships coming and going, and you all pull up. Captain Stormsong says, well, it's been a pleasure. Hope you're all right. You've certainly all seemed a bit down in the dumps. But, if you ever need a boat again, I'll be around. Feel free to reach out.
Thanks, Captain.
No.
Wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you.
You're very good at boats.
Well, try.
Uh-huh.
So good that I know they're called ships. What does
Potato, Captain.
I apologize. I was raised by a lord, and he called it boating.
Well, there's a difference. Do you know what a boat or what a ship has on it that a boat does not?
Your mom.
Aha! He gives you a high five.
Yeah.
Good one.
Thanks.
Eliza would know. Tiffany does not.
It's also a bit of a riddle. A ship has boats on it. A boat can never have a ship on it.
Very true.
Size matters. Right.
You've got like a little kitty, and they've given you some cloth to wrap up Hallie's body. They've given you a box. All of his stuff is in. Did you want to go through any of his stuff before you got back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many days was it back?
It was like,
or was it just the one? It was a week.
Yeah, we absolutely would have gone through his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Were the rest of his compatriots, any of them still alive?
There was that one person who was supposed to be the person who was fixing the ship who maybe jumped out.
Right, but there was the one sorceress or whoever who had banished Ergun.
yeah, you didn't really check.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, well. I do have that wand that the Mender lady had.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Orlak would have identified that as a wand of fireballs.
Great.
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep it.
Well, the first thing is Hali has a big diamond.
Yes.
Special pouch.
Pickups are fun.
Rapier of
They're really
spell stealing.
Rapier.
Rapier. Sorry, rapier of what?
Spell stealing.
L stealing.
Is someone putting this in party pool just so we have it? I can do that.
You should do that.
I
You
should
should do that. I'm writing it down in my notebook, but
Should title it Halli's Stuff.
Hali shit. Halli's baggage.
I want to let. Oh, edit. That's why. Okay. So we got rape. Oh, it's being underlined. Fear of spell stealing. Big old diamond. Okay, sorry, John. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And you got the rapier of spell stealing.
I got the rapier and the diamond.
Ring of Recall.
Hmm.
I don't really know where that goes. Maybe Ben knows. Potion of Lightning Resistance.
That's right.
Greater Potion of Healing.
Phrases.
Says he has a flame tongue dagger. Did he give that to Kismet?
He gave that to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Rod of Identification.
Oh,
the
sweet.
rod.
Orlak's gonna love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to, sit here for 10 minutes identifying things. Or a Ring of Spell Soaring.
Very useful for a warlock.
Spell soaring?
Storing.
Oh, storing.
Yeah.
Storing.
Storing.
The Cape of the Mountebank. That says Dimension Door.
It does Dimension Door?
Yep.
Damn, Hali.
Bracers of Defense.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Rod of the Pact Keeper +3.
Rod of the Pact Keeper?
Pact Keeper. It's a warlock thing.
Hmm. Makes sense.
And he's got pistol, musket, another potion of healing, a signet ring.
The charlatans die.
Charlatans die. Yeah, he's got a bunch of starting equipment.
That's fine.
Bard.
We'll give that to the ship people.
A bunch of gold, but who knows?
What's that?
Oh, I'm not sure how relevant my character sheet is anymore. I don't know if he has the 2,500 gold.
Oh, that's right. He has actually 10,000 gold on him.
Fuck!
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, I got the list. You can all look at the party pool. Damn it, to see the list. If you, let's see. Kind of feel like Kismet would be unstoppable with a Dimension Door cape. With
What's
one
that?
more, with being able to as she goes more rogue, be able to go through a Dimension Door, stab, disappear.
Yep.
Only problem is, I'm at my limit of attuned items. One of them is my armor, one of them is my blades, and the other one is my ring of protection, which brings my AC up.
I do not
Yeah.
believe that the Cape of the Mountebank requires attunement,
Oh, that's
but it is.
that's a horse of a different color.
It would replace your
My
current.
cloak of displacement.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think your cloak of displacement is more useful, at least as long as you remember to use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Subtle shade, but I appreciate it.
I always forget.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
easy
would
to
like.
forget.
Is the signet ring like Musketeers' signet ring?
That's a Ben question.
No,
Eliza's going to wear the ring.
it is elven in nature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's. Well, maybe we should wait until
We should check.
it's Hali Day.
Yeah. Is it Orlak?
Theory.
Does this have magic?
That?
The
No.
ring? Okay, I'm gonna put it on.
It does look elvish. Not sure. Ben, if you want to send me a direct message and tell me what that is.
I think I know what it is, but I could be wrong. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I used all of my potions of oh, nope, I have one more potion of healing left.
Yeah, I don't have.
I've got one left, and we depleted the entirety of the
Party pool.
party pool.
It was
So, well, now we
pretty
have
amazing.
one
You guys
more-
were just chugging potions like crazy.
I know.
We've been stockpiling them for something.
So we have one more and a greater potion of healing from Hali.
Right, I need to get rid of this spell scroll.
We also have 10,000 gold.
Yeah.
So Willow, I know you were trying to get those tuning rods. Maybe you can afford them now.
Yeah, maybe. Well, the whole thing is,
It depends if
First off-
Kismet has told you about her blades yet.
yeah. So first off, there was that whole run-in with the other coven of druids.
Yeah.
I overshared a bunch of my trauma, and they were like, "Ooh, we don't think you're in a fit place to find something like this."
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't like
But
them.
they were
I was
specifically
going through a lot.
to find the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, because the forked metal rod has to be attuned to the plane that we wish to go to.
That's a good question, Kismet. Once we finish all of this up, return Hallie's body, free my girlfriend. I don't know. Hand over the skull. Are we going to let the king
uncomfortable?
send us back to war, or do you want us to try to find your friends? Because we were going to try to do that.
I wouldn't ask anyone else to fight my battle.
Oh, to carry the burden that you had tied to your waist?
I can't leave them there.
Obviously.
And you've met Eulorian.
Mhm.
No realm deserves to be under his rule.
Mhm.
And I've been thinking a lot.
Yeah.
Before all of this happened, I really only cared about getting my friends back and getting out alive. Honestly, as selfish as that sounds, but I saw my dad when I was not here. Before you brought me back, I was, I guess, where I'll go. Or maybe just partway there. Not entirely certain, but it's not just a guess from a clue that I heard from a whisper. It's my birthright.
You're saying a lot of words. Say that again. You saw your dad. Your dead dad.
When I was also dead, which
That's
makes a certain amount of sense.
You said something about it's your birthright.
Remember when we were in the forest trying to find this fucking thing in the first place? And we met that other Fey Lord? The Spring Lord. I forget his name. I have it here, but it's not worth the time it'll take.
Gwenael.
Thank you! When we met Manael, he said something about me being queen. You remember that?
The crazy man who called you a queen. Yes, I remember.
Well, he wasn't crazy after we, freed his mind from the torment of the nightmares.
Fair.
Anyways, yeah. He wasn't crazy. And,
You're a queen?
I think I could be, if I want to.
Holy shit.
I mean, it's not like I can just waltz in and be like, hi, I'm queen of the fairies. Like, that's not, like, there's a war going on, of which I had no idea I was the other party until kind of today. And, I've been sleeping with the person who murdered my father, so, there's that.
It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I would.
I think he also wanted to fuck my mother. I'm not sure. He seems really messed up, like, been messed up for, like, millennia's messed up.
Kismet, if you're a queen...
Wait a minute. Hang on. And she turns around and she looks at her own ass. And she just commands, go away! My doggy tail's finally gone!
Man, you did magic!
Yeah, that's proof right there.
There's
Yeah.
another thing, and I'm sorry I forgot this, but as you were sitting there in the bobbing up and down in the ocean, you realize that Sir Lucas Carpenter wasn't there. He was missing, but you didn't fret because you knew how to get him back. Kismet now has the spell Find Familiar, and your familiar is Sir Lucas Carpenter.
I'm so happy this is the music that's playing right now.
No, I can't even hear.
Oh my god, that's so cool!
Speaking of familiars, does anyone know how to find a Philippa?
A don't know if there is a Philippa if there's not a Hali.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Or at least not on this plane, but, well, I guess she would go back to where she
came from.
But I have no idea where that is.
Would you want to find her?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
She hates us now.
She did hurt me pretty bad.
She had a lot of trauma.
She's Hali's familiar. She's always going to align
With him.
I think, with his view of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he knew her for so long. Before she was even a familiar.
And she was
Anyway.
unfamiliar.
I had another dream last night.
I have been having dreams for the past couple nights.
Isn't that fun?
You want to analyze our dreams together, pal?
That sounds great.
Dreams.
How much horror and terror happened in your dreams?
Well,
So much.
yes and no. My dreams. We were back by the deep void, by the big whirlpool.
Oh my god, me too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I'm carrying the skull right now. Why are you having them?
I don't know.
And so did you toss the skull into the whirlpool?
Yeah. And
There's that big whale thing that ate it, right?
the giant sea god whale that
Mm-hmm.
and it destroyed it.
Yeah.
And then you felt safe after that.
Yeah, like I could fly almost.
Fuck, we're having the same dreams.
You're
My
saying
God.
a lot of words.
I know.
Back up. What?
You are only saying these things after you have talked to the skull or held it. I would suspect that might be something coming from the skull.
Right, and that's the thing.
Because I am starting to feel like maybe we did the wrong thing.
But did we do the wrong thing, or is the skull trying to not be destroyed and telling us we're doing the wrong thing
Yes.
so that we go and actually do the wrong thing?
Mm-hmm.
John, when I touched the skull, did I ever have any dreams?
Hmm.
Because the thing is, Hali had this for so long, right?
Right.
And he started to dabble in chaos magic
Mm-hmm.
to see this dream like come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
But in these dreams, we aren't like messed up in any way. We are ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't have to, it's just like toss the skull in. Why did he feel
Orlak,
dabbling chaos magic?
do you have any way to
Sorry, I've been practicing my juggling. I haven't been paying attention to anything.
Oh,
any way
Orlak.
to
Been working on my haberdashery. Do you like this new hat?
oh, sorry guys. I don't know how to stop this. It's connected to my mom's phone. There we go. Jeez, we're good. Is there any way to discern the origin of an enchantment? Like someone at some point, somewhere, trapped Zengris in this skull. Is there any way to figure out who or why? Even when?
Actually, because you guys had done all that research and it was a million years ago when we played that part,
It was.
Yep, there
I'll
was.
just refresh your memory.
Thank you.
Because you would know this. You would have remembered. Because it was only like a couple of months ago that you did that in game. You know that the fella in this skull was causing all
in the
sorts of
skull.
chaos around the world, and that the other Fae who had inhabited this world at the time tricked him and imprisoned him in his own skull, and then threw it deep into a forest where it should have been
Forever.
hidden forever. But something happened that it pulled the nightmare realm and like caused this rift that you guys went in, and that's where you got the skull from the Uber Beholder.
Mm.
And it drove the nightmare realm, drove the forest insane. Remember, Willow?
Oh, do I? We'll never forget the screams of those trees. They were all knotted in on themselves.
Was Florian? Is that his name? I forgot it already. I'm so sorry.
Eulorian? No.
No, the other one.
The skull of Zizix, Zymox? No?
No, it's Zengris's skull, but the other Fey Lord, the one that we freed, was he like the keeper of it? Like
Gwenael, yeah.
Gwenael. Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually the keeper of that forest, and so that was part of his thing, and he had gone mad.
God, I kind of want to talk to him. There's so much about this that we don't understand. But also we're on the doorway of the king. We can't not show up.
Well,
I mean, we could.
yeah.
Wouldn't go well.
No.
I mean, what he wanted was to see Halabaster Wind brought to justice.
He wanted the skull.
He wants the skull. He wants us to give it to Avery.
To be destroyed.
I mean, could we delay that until we have some more answers? Okay, bye, Eliza.
Oh no.
I don't know if we can. I mean, Eliza sent word we're on our way back. They know when to expect us unless... No, because our wizard is under house arrest. I don't have a way to get us there and back in an understandable timeline. Ha! I snap my fingers and Sir Lucas appears.
My lady.
Sir Lucas. Forgive me, is there anyone... I don't really know how to say this, on our side, who could help with transportation? That, we might be able to offer something in return?
He points at Orlak.
But he's never been there. Can you go somewhere you've never been? She looks at Orlak.
Sure. In theory. Could go very wrong.
Well, you're always poking around inside everyone's heads. Can you put yourself in my head and can I show you a picture of it?
Hang on, let me check Brian's spell list.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is, if during our week-long voyage, if we can bamf there and talk to Gwenael and then bamf back and not lose our timeline with the king. It's like the ship shows up and we show up. They don't have to know that we didn't show up on the ship.
Right.
I can't believe I've been familiar, you guys. I'm so excited.
I love that you
I'm
just.
so glad that that fucking tail is gone.
I love that you just willed it away.
Right?
I don't know. Kismet figuring out her fae magic is going to be real interesting because she's afraid of it. But also, I think my magic might be stronger than his magic if I can figure out how to harness it.
Harness it.
You are younger than him. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also think, like,
And
I don't know, I've got to do more research, but I think, like, the amount of people who believe in you has a fair bit to do with it in the grander scheme of things. Oh, you guys, we're gonna rally the rebellion.
We're also going to have to deal with the rules of the Fae realm.
For the
Let's
third
hope it's a
time.
little more Star Wars and a little less Les Mis.
I
I've seen
mean,
a lot of Star Wars and I've never seen Les Mis, so you're in luck.
It's the French Revolution, and it doesn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone. French.
No one is coming to help you to fight.
I mean, the music's nice though.
Oh yeah, it's great. You have no friends, you're on your own.
Meanwhile, every time Kismet tries to sing, On My Own, she has two people being like, the fuck? We're right here. On my own. No, you're not.
What am
I wish I was on my own.
Okay. Fuck us, I guess.
I'm just going to have to make an executive decision about Brian's character. And he says, I do, kitten, I do have, I am able to try to transport us back to the north. But I can only do it there, and then I would have to sleep overnight before we could return again.
Well, that's all right, because they're not expecting us for another few days. We'll say this is maybe like day 3 of the week-long journey.
Yeah. He says, all right, well, here's the thing. If we try to get to that forest, I haven't actually been to the forest. It's, there's a chance things might not go great. There's a better chance that I can get us to Bogdan. That's where we all met.
And how far away is Bogdan from where we want to go? I would know that.
Yeah, I think it took you guys like a day's ride on Mammoth.
So, if we bamf to Bogdan, ride to the forest, stay with Gwenael perhaps overnight, and then bamf back.
We could still do
Would we
all
bamf
of
back
that.
to the boat, or would we bamf back to...
You can
Hike.
vamp back to the boat.
We'd bamf back to the
Even
boat.
if
We'd
it
also have to
makes-
trust that we can leave Hallie's body with the boat, but I think that would be fine.
You're assuming that the king's spies have not already noticed you in town.
In town?
We're on the sea.
I thought you
we
guys-
were wound a little bit onto.
We
voyage.
reroute.
I thought we were just saying that we were a couple days away because we got there faster than they expected. Copy that.
No. We're still at sea because we're retconning a little bit
Mhm.
once we went through Hali's shit and started talking.
I shall say that This would be a deviation of your orders from the king, which would put you in more jeopardy.
I mean,
Technically, he said to get Hali and bring the skull back to him. We're doing that.
Yeah.
He didn't explicitly say, don't bamf across the planet, ride a mammoth into a forbidden forest, talk to a formerly evil fae, spend the night, and then bamf back.
I mean,
There are
there's no telling
likely
that there's not an agent on this ship, but also we're checking in, we're doing everything we're supposed to. The ship is meant to come back.
There's definitely agents on this ship.
there are likely other forces that are chasing the skull as we speak. Making a trek further north would put us more at risk.
Look, even with all of the dreams, to be honest, I don't trust the dreams.
I don't either. That's why I want to talk to him. But I don't know if I don't trust them because they're dreams of demons or dreams of a demon fae.
I know we don't
I
want
don't know
to
if they're pushing you towards something or pushing you away. And
What if we send you without the skull? Just you and Orlak.
To the king?
no.
To Gwenael.
Oh, to Gwenael.
Could work.
You might be able to move
Yeah.
faster with 2 versus 5.
Taking L and I'm going to stay in the room.
Yeah, we'll say that you are seasick.
Orlak is caring for me.
Could we not ask the Autumn or the Fae King to come here?
Gwenael is
the
not the
autumn
fake
one.
No, not the autumn one, the other one. We could.
No, that's what I mean. The Gwenael or whatever. Just like, can we not ask him to come here?
Are you not able to reach out to other Fae? I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, how do the thing work?
Can you talk to Sir the mouse on your shoulder and ask him to ask Gwenael to come to you?
Sir Lucas, do you have that kind of reach?
I'm now mostly just tied to you.
That's what I thought. Do you know if I have that kind of reach?
I'm not sure. Couldn't hurt to try, I suppose.
You were able to take out your own tail, so
Yeah.
Orlak?
Clueless on what you can do.
No, I know you are in terms of my specific powers or
Really good at
possible
stabbing
powers.
things, that's all I know.
Yeah, just for 1 second. Would you, can you describe what it feels like when you're sending a message into someone else's head?
I mean, just feels like casting a spell. Talking. But in my head.
But like, do you just think about them and it goes, or do you have to see them?
There's message, which is very short distance. Cantrip, kids can figure that one out. But then there's sending, which I don't do. I've received them. And don't you? Can't Willow do that?
Kismet, how did you get rid of your tail?
I just told it to go away.
Could you not also just will a message to this other fae?
Yes. Right? No? I don't know much about magic, but you're a queen.
I just met my dead dad for like 10 seconds. And this is a lot, and fine, I don't know. And she just like shuts her eyes, like she doesn't know what else to do. She shuts her eyes. It's like trying to think about Gwenael. It's like
make a charisma check.
oh boy. First roll of the night, shit. We never do that. Roleplay all night? That's not our middle name.
Yeah.
Charisma check. Okay, where's my d20? There it is. Alright, be good to me, baby. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's 18 plus. Charisma is a core stat. Plus 4. So 22.
22, you what do you say?
Gwenael, if you're there, I need to speak to you. It's kind of important. Can you come?
Well, gotta sit there, look around, and where are you when you do this?
I think
We're on
we're in
the
the
ship.
room. I think we're in our room.
Yeah.
We're either in our room or we're out on like a part of the deck, but I think we'd be in our room talking about this kind of stuff.
Don't hear anything, don't see anything, and then you hear what sounds like wood creaking, and then like wood splitting, and you look over, you can see that the door, which was like one big piece of wood, just kind of opens up. And you see him come through.
This is also Kismet's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My queen and her friends.
Hey.
We've loved
Right.
Kismet.
This is normal.
Lord Gwenael, it's a pleasure to see you.
And you as well.
I
had like a bowl of food and he's like picking through it.
As your forest was chosen as the resting place for the skull of Zengris, we were hoping that you'd have a bit more insight into the history of it and how we have it and we need help, and I think it's given my friends nightmares, and I need to know if that's a thing that it does or if there's demons giving them nightmares, because the demons want the skull too and we want the skull to get destroyed, and I don't really know what I'm doing, and then realizes that she's just totally like stops and just waits for him to say something.
Your Majesty.
Grabs a piece of the bread out and sits back down on the chair, and he's like, well, sounds like you need my help. What do you have in return?
Not
Hit Lorian on his sorry ass and take my kingdom back, and I won't forget you when I do.
Very powerful ally.
You need that body.
Yes.
All right, fine.
I mean, you can take the bread.
Vague promises of the future. I don't deal in such things. You know how it is with us. We need something in return. If we're going to give something, it's just how it works. I don't make the rules.
You said you wanted the body. Which body?
Hali's.
The elf boy. The one who left with the skull in the first place.
The king only required proof of his justice. Perhaps giving the rod would be enough.
You want to inhabit this body or something? Do we even get to know your plans?
Probably not.
It's a weird thing to want.
Hey.
You're one of them freaks.
Well, nothing untoward.
A moment. And she just pulls Willow and Eliza over a little bit in a corner. And it's just like... I don't want to do anything that's going to make anyone uncomfortable, but... if he promises not to wear him...
we may want to make him promise that he won't also bring him back to life.
Aye.
Or... I don't know.
I don't know. I would like to give him a proper burial by his family.
We also still need that proof.
What, what about this? And Kismet pulls the dagger of Stratos out of her blinkback belt. And it pulses slightly with lightning energy around it.
Are you asking him?
It's a toy. Yeah.
Yes, that is lovely, though, you know, daggers aren't really my thing.
No, of course they aren't.
I like things that mean something to people. Or very powerful objects. Or some sort of experience. Something I haven't experienced before, or maybe a variation.
That's some kind of bucket list we could go over.
I mean, memories are always fun, but I know you don't like that. I'm not going to ask you for it. Unless there was one you wanted to just give up. But I won't. No. I'm not going to push it. Maybe something one of you carried on yourself for a very long time? Something...
We have carried for a very long time pretty much an entire dragon's body. Wings, scales, ribs, heartstrings, horn tips.
Ooh, the heartstrings of a dragon.
A blue one.
Blue one.
One of them zappy ones.
By the name of Razadun. Quite a magnificent creature, actually, if it weren't trying to kill us.
All right.
We ourselves have used but a fraction of the pieces of this beast to make quite a magnificent weapon.
I'll take the heart and the heartstrings of the dragon for my own purposes in return for helping you.
Bag of colding?
Did you not just say he would just accept the heartstrings? Oh, where they are. Got it.
Yeah.
He's
We
like,
need our fridge bag.
that's cold. Yes.
Been in there a while.
Perfectly preserved.
Reaches into his doublet and goes and pulls out a handkerchief with lace all over it and all this intricate designing on it and goes, puts it over it and goes, Alakazam! And it's gone. Puts it back in his pocket.
Nerd. Willow says that.
How do you spell his name again?
I think it's Gwenael. Yes?
Thank you. Got it. Sorry. Gwenael.
Gwenael.
Ael. I put an extra I in there.
Okay.
There we go. He's on roll 20 now.
Oh, good.
And here's the Spring Lord.
Yeah, he's not actually affiliated as much as he is kind of a guardian of this realm and the Mythrock Woods.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll never make a bow with those heartstrings.
I mean, were you gonna?
Yeah?
It had been a while, that's all.
Been a while.
The
I was curious if nobody was going to say it.
There are other dragons out there, I'm sure.
You also already have a pretty sweet bow.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to make sure he knows how important those strings are to someone.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Pretty
Can you cry a little bit?
important to the dragon.
That too.
Alright.
What do you need?
I need to know what you know about the influences of this artifact. We know why it
How
was
crazy I was when you met me.
Yes.
And how to destroy it.
But, like, is the skull the entire reason the Nightmare Realm became entangled in your woods?
I believe so. I think when we trapped Zengris in there, I think our magic was a little bit sloppy.
So he's leaking.
Well, normally, this enchantment will lock somebody in there with no way to communicate with the outside world, but apparently, Zengris was able to find a way.
I mean, he talked straight out into my head.
Yes, that would be finding a way. All I would say is, whatever he says, do not trust it.
How do we know if it's him?
Well, if the skull's talking to you.
Well,
That's
no,
it.
I mean, what about dreams and things?
Oh, you've been having dreams?
Well, I haven't. That's what's strange. I'm the one who touched it, but they've both been carrying it just near them.
Well, yes, I would imagine the longer the exposure, the more gets in your brain. Tell me about your dreams.
I mean, it's the same.
Big whirling whirlpool in the ocean. Leviathan, shaped like a whale. Eats the skull, everything is better.
Oh, Theses?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you know this creature?
Oh, yes. He's one of the Leviathans who roamed the earth, or roamed the planet before the gods tamed it. The Leviathans are often worshipped by, point at Willow, pumpkins.
Would such a thing destroy the skull?
Would imagine a creature of that magnitude would be able to, but Theseus has been imprisoned for millennia, as have the other Leviathans.
So he's not at the bottom of a whirlpool.
I mean, I haven't looked recently, but somehow I doubt it.
Yeah, all the dreams we've had have had him in this whirlpool, like in the bottom of it.
And when did the dreams start?
A couple days ago.
Pretty much the day that I started wearing it.
Yeah.
Any other dreams? Visions?
No, but we know that the demons want it. Or elsewise, he's made the demons want it.
Well, as with the other Fae, if you release Zengris, he owes you.
I know, he mentioned a favor. A wish.
Yes, he's tried to offer people wishes in all of his imprisonment anytime anyone comes up, and nobody has been quite able to take him up on it.
Is he actually able to grant those things?
He may be able to. He is very, very powerful. There was a reason that we had to imprison him and not just kill him. But,
do you think
no other...
an archmage would be able to destroy the skull?
Archmage.
A very powerful one.
Archmage may be able to bring it to somebody, may be able to take it to the outer planes, to some of the gaudy gods.
Bloody gods.
Yes, there's the gods, and then there's the gaudy gods. The Pantheon.
If you had it to do over again, is there anything you could do to protect yourself from the influence of the skull?
Possibly, but there were many of us at the time. And all of us had to band together.
Well, to imprison him in the first place, but you didn't... Pardon me, I don't think you knew the skull was leaking. Elsewise, you'd not have let yourself go mad.
Yes.
If we put it in...
amusing time, but all in all, not great.
Yeah, you didn't seem quite pleased when we found you.
Not exactly.
But
is it the sort of thing...
Setting me free, boop!
We can stick in a lead-lined box and... call it a day?
Maybe.
Super.
Who else imprisoned him? With you?
Well, you can see from my pale visage that I was at one time associated with the Winter Court, but there was also the Summer Court. And he names off some names and you don't recognize them.
Was it before the time of Sosalis?
There's a name I haven't heard in a while. Your father, if I recall.
Yes.
It was before his time. Interesting that you now know his name. You have come very far, Kismet. He'll be so proud to see you.
Kismet's just like hovering between like blossoming in the sun of like positive Fae attention and also like being disgusted and not wanting him to know anything about her.
Feel that.
Better get used to it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone besides yourself who's still here?
I don't think so. Gods and their armies banished us back to the Fae realm eons ago. Then we took our magic with us and broke the world.
Bet you're rather proud of that one, aren't you?
I am a bit. Unfortunately, I was broken as well, left behind.
Mm.
But not so now.
Not so now.
Welcome for that.
And he just makes a little, like, this flower. Actually, it's like a bouquet of flowers, but he doesn't like magician them. He like goes, and it's like he's pulling a sprout up and then magics it and gives one to each of you, including you, Ergun, and Orlak.
And Orlak.
Pretty draking.
He smells it, appreciates it, thinks about eating it, just kind of ponders it.
Willow looks at him and is like, don't eat it.
Are you going to not tell him about the fiery vision?
He gives it to Willow.
Oh,
I didn't have the
that's
fire.
right. I did. So, question.
Answer.
The dream with the Leviathan is one that both Willow and I have had, but the first night that we had the skull, I had a dream. And we fulfilled our mission, and we brought it back. And as I handed the skull over to the king, I watched as the city was destroyed. Do you think that was also a dream sent by the same being?
What do you think?
It felt similar. And my worry is that the dream followed the exact thing that Hali said would happen. The thing that drove him to madness and disruption and death. And I worry that the dream was also sent by evil.
Did Hali have that dream before or after he held the skull?
Don't remember.
Both.
Talk more to you than he did to anyone.
It follows the prediction that he said his patron gave him.
Yes.
She was a unicorn creature.
No, yes, celestial.
Might she have spoken to you, Eliza?
No, I've heard from a Dahlia.
Oh, the same one that was with you when we were in the prison?
Right. I haven't heard from her since we got the skull.
Very interesting. Perhaps the skull is somehow blocking you.
From hearing from her?
Wouldn't be the first time that
But I haven't been wearing it.
he intercepted or blocked somebody from communicating.
I mean, you weren't wearing it, I assume. When it was in your care, the skull, was it on your person or just in your...
No, but it was never far from me.
So I don't know, Eliza, if it matters who's wearing it. Percy.
Don't want to destroy the world.
Nope.
But like, if I look at this in percentages, there is a chance I could destroy the world. But there is 100% chance that if I do not bring the skull back to the king, I lose everything that makes the world valuable to me.
Ooh. Choice.
I believe the king's intent.
What are you gonna do?
You know that I'm a hard sell. But I looked in his face when he told me he wanted nothing but the destruction of this artifact, and I believed him. Think we got to give them all the warnings we can and arm them with the knowledge of the effects it can have on a person and a place. Perhaps it needs to be moved constantly. I don't know.
And I must warn you, trying to destroy it and failing means smashing the skull and releasing Zengris.
Right.
So if the king should try to cleave it in twain with the sword, he will cause the downfall. If it whispers to him in the night and he decides to sneak in and smash it, for it will give him everything his heart desires.
How much effort would it take to create something? And Eliza looks like she has an idea, and she's like, there's no way this would work.
Go on.
The king knows there's a skull. He knows that there's a powerful being trapped inside the skull.
Oh, I like where
But
this
he's never seen or felt or known the skull before, and neither has Avery. We have a powerful being that we need to destroy, Kismet. What if we gave the king a skull, but perhaps not this one? Recreated Zengris' skull with the Autumn Feylord.
How much time is that going to take?
Time moves differently in the Fey realm, and who knows, maybe the ship gets lost.
Yo ho ho.
So many thoughts in my heart right now.
It's a wild idea. I
hate this man. I hate this being who and so nearly ensnared me. Who's responsible for the death of my family. But I have a hard time resigning anyone to that fate. Be trapped forever.
I don't think he'd be trapped forever, Kismet. I think the king or Avery will try to destroy him, and in such he will escape.
There's no guarantee of that.
Even then, if he escapes, what's he gonna do?
Escape to what end?
Well, we'd have to fight him again.
That doesn't sound great either.
I don't think we can trick them into believing that we've handed over a skull unless that skull indeed contains an unfathomably powerful fae. And unless our friend here would like to volunteer, which I doubt is true.
Oh, no. It would cost you much more than a few heartstrings of dragons to get me to...
Could you...
For a lifetime in my own skull. However...
What if it wasn't a
could you do
lifetime?
it again?
I think I could possibly arrange that.
Perhaps we release the creature inside after we prepare to kill him properly.
The Fey Lord?
The Lord in the skull.
Zingris.
No, we are not powerful enough for that. That would take...
All of the other nations and beings, yes.
And all of the gods, even.
Or at the very least, prepared it in a way to trap him more perfectly.
We would want to bring him to a realm that could not escape.
If you wish to banish Elorian into his own skull, I might be able to tell you how. It would not be easy. And I would require something much, much more dear to you.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't really like this plan.
What plan do you like, Willow?
I don't like any of it. I mean, we haven't even discussed potentially working with Avery to figure out how to destroy this thing properly. They have no idea how powerful this thing is if we end up failing, the catastrophic consequences that could come of it. What if we just work with them? I mean, that hasn't been an option brought up yet.
Will they let us work with them?
I don't know. But we also know the skull so much better than they do. We also know the visions it's causing at night.
Scared to death the moment we give it over. Will not be a part of the conversation. But I don't know that there's anything else to be done with that fear, but face it.
I think you're right.
I know.
Maybe we prepare that the minute we hand it over, we're ready to escape to the Fey realm, where Kismet is queen, take that over and live the rest of our days there. Because this one will be destroyed.
I also have family here.
We will get them off the plane too. I don't know. Everything feels impossible. But you're right, Willow. We do keep forgetting that we can trust the king and Avery.
I mean, I'm hoping so. It feels a lot more reasonable than trying to trap a Fey Lord in his own skull and use that as the skull of Zengris.
Although I'm not ruling that out as an option, just in general.
I know.
I mean, it might be an option for how we do things even if we hand the skull of Zengris over.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in the meanwhile, we're on our way to the kingdom.
I think at the moment we've no more favors to trade, Lord Gwenael.
Oh,
But if we find something precious to us and decide we want to know how to trap a Fey Lord in a skull, you're the first person this queen will reach out to. Her Majesty.
well,
That will be a tasty, tasty day. Just remember, wizards are arrogant. I'm way better than they are. So don't listen to everything that they say. They think they know everything, but they don't. You, bow thing, the shooties, you may be on the right track with your mistress. Get away from the skull for a time. Try again. I don't care to see him on this plane or any other.
I am right there with you.
Nor do we.
All right. I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bow to your queen.
Kismet just hands him her hand.
He bows.
Kisses, gives you a little wink, and you hear the door split open again. He goes, adieu, and goes back into it and closes.
Eliza starts gathering.
There's like a fly kind of zipping around, and Kismet, you go with your tail.
Ah, fuck.
That bastard.
You're like, God damn it, the tail's back.
Away. This is gonna be a constant thing, isn't it?
She's gonna be known as the queen of the tail.
The disappearing donkey.
Yes.
Donkey tail.
A little bit of an ass. Eliza starts gathering blankets and pillows and walks out the door and turns around and she goes, Willow, I think you and I should stay on opposite sides of the ship for a bit.
You think this is gonna help?
It could.
What else do we have? It's this or capture a Fey Lord at his own skull.
You make a great point.
I love you. Don't come near me. Goodbye.
You stay over there.
Should I stay here?
Thank you, Ergun.
Orlak walks into the room going, hey, I found this really good gruel. And he looks at everybody and is like, what did I miss?
Well,
Nothing. Absolutely nothing, Orlak.
night time.
I have a feeling I missed something.
We'll fill you in later.
Eliza,
Mm-hmm.
you go to the front of the boat on the eve before reaching Bastion. And as you're nodding off, you hear a little voice inside your head say, we should have killed him.
You.
You should have let me take his soul.
Shut up. What will you have done with his soul?
Feasted on it.
I want his soul to go to wherever souls go. I don't want his soul to be consumed by you. He wasn't an option.
Could have drank his blood.
He's not someone I want that for.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. This Fey Lord, on the other hand, never had Fey blood? What? Sorry.
It sparkles.
Interesting. If you keep quiet and leave me alone, maybe I'll let you drink the blood of the Fey Lord. How does that sound?
I'm so hungry.
I know
I'm
you
sure
are.
there's a few people on this ship that no one would ever miss?
No.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Eliza's gonna turn into Dexter.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Natural 1?
7.
7. I mean, so
I'm
many
not doing great
sailors-
on the wisdom, you guys.
You
There's
have
so many
a-
sailors on the
almost-
ship,
Uh,
and you just start thinking about how strong you feel when you kill somebody with this blade. You can feel your hands shaking a little bit.
is Orlak nearby? I look around. Are any of my friends nearby, or am I entirely alone?
You told me to stay away, babe.
God,
I would say that Orlak, there's a chance, like you could roll for like Orlak being close, I would think.
yeah.
Just with all the stuff that's around, like Ergun's with one thing, Orlak would probably be with the other.
Don't call Willow a thing.
I was just gonna say that.
No. I said I'm with Willow has the one thing.
No, I knew exactly what you meant. I was just being a dick.
Calling Willow a thing, that's fucked up.
God, don't objectify her like that.
Um,
Come on, Ergun.
Yeah, you hear
Objectify me.
What a dragon splainer.
Fine.
Dragon Splainer. Eliza, you hear talking to you again, huh? He's like behind you.
I can handle it.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
Might
You
be a
don't
good
carry the
idea.
burden on your own. I mean, you do have to carry the burden on your own, but you can always,
Yeah.
talk.
Maybe maybe a magical tie on top of it so I can't grab it tonight.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Do you want to tie my hands?
Sure. And what happened to those shackles we had?
I think
They were on Hallie's body,
they're
but
on Hallie's body.
also
You definitely took.
Ergun
Yeah, we
might
took
have
those
them.
off of his body. Did you grab them?
I did not.
Oh,
They're-
Ergun
they're-
probably got him. Took him back.
One moment.
Well, if he comes up here, I'll ask him for him. But other than that, I'll just stay up all night and watch you and make sure that you don't do anything you'd regret.
Yeah.
You can count on me. I know what it's like. You know that.
Yeah. I just feel like your thing isn't evil. I'm telling you to kill people all the time.
It's hungry. It wants to feast on the flesh of my enemies. So
Never
yes,
mind.
I know
You know
what it's like.
Cool. Well, I'm going to try to talk to a god.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. Oh, you meant that. You didn't mean that sincerely, did you? Was that a joke? I have a lot of trouble sometimes telling if people are joking.
Have you known me to make many jokes?
No. Ergun does, though, sometimes.
He does. They're very funny.
he's smart.
Mhm.
You're nailing this, John.
Okay.
All right, so pray or whatever you need to do.
Okay.
I'll watch.
Do you want to hold my hands,
No.
please?
Okay.
So if anyone were to look, you would see Ergun and Eliza holding
Orlak.
hands. Orlak and Eliza holding hands, facing each other. I think we close our eyes on like the bow of the ship. Dahlia. Hold on, I'm gonna try this one way more respectful this time. Oh, great and beautiful one. Lady of wind and forest and light and wonder.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Sure.
I am not wise on my own, but I could use some wisdom now. There are many voices, and I can't figure out which voice to listen to. And I don't know why, but I trust yours more than any others. Maybe it's because you came to me in my darkest times. Maybe it's because you've promised me to rid myself of this thing. But whatever it is, I could use a word. Or like a sentence, or a paragraph, or 25 words, like with a sending stone. Whatever it is, visit me in my dreams. Amen.
Sing unto the gods, that's what they say. Jake's gonna die.
Was the amen Kismet?
I just thought it was gonna be Oz, like it was just like you were creating your own ambiance, and then when you ended it with the men, I died. I'm sorry. I'm a recovering Catholic, and that one got me.
All right.
Wisdom?
Wisdom check.
Oh, come on.
Actually, do a. I guess a religion check would be the same thing if you did it off of wisdom. So.
Is my religion? Well, my wisdom is higher than my religion, so. 14. 14?
Better than
14.
what you did before.
She gives me advantage because I prayed.
Oh no, Orlak gives you advantage because he prayed
Orlak
with
gives
you.
me advantage because he prayed with me. Come on.
I meant to say that actually earlier.
16.
16.
Not much better, but it's 16.
It's better. Might be all you needed.
You sleep through the night, and you can suddenly hear the ocean around you. Feel the heat of the sun on your face, and people yelling and going up and down the masts and everything. And you wake up, you're like, "Fuck! I didn't have a dream that you remember." And you realize that there's something in your hand. And it's the small metal like a kind of like a weather vane. And you kind of pick it up and look at it, and as you do, your hand kind of skims over it and it goes. It makes this musical note that's almost like this duotone. And it has like these overtones and stuff that it shouldn't be able to make.
I'm gonna start walking towards the other side of the ship where my friends are.
Or like, where'd you get that?
I woke up with it in my hand.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Did you dream again last night?
Watch what it does.
Moon,
We all like cock our heads like a dog that's hearing something strange.
Dog hearing you fart. Hmm?
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No.
Do we have Hallie's rod?
Rod of identification.
Yeah, the rod of identity.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. All right. Orlak. What's that? It's magic, but it's not a magic item.
It's just magic.
Yeah, it's like a tuning fork or something.
But we won't know where it's tuned to.
Spin in a circle. While it's wooing. Does it change?
Ooh, and I spin it in a circle.
Oh, like a compass?
Yeah.
So I slowly spin in a circle, I guess.
See if it moves.
Does it change sound or frequency or anything as she spins?
Mm-mm. Same.
You know.
I'm gonna lower it towards the sword and see if the tone changes if it's closer to the sword.
Same.
I'm gonna lick it.
Maybe don't do that. That might be the forked metal rod that I need for my spell.
To get us to the Fey realm?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's attuned to the
wait
right.
a minute. And I pull out my swords. And I stand next to her and I just sort of like listen in. And I'm trying to sort of like feel that vibration that my
You get
products
everybody to quiet down and you start concentrating on them, and you've never noticed it before, but now you can feel this like.
Does it feel like the same note?
It's different.
This goes somewhere else.
Potentially.
You realize it's not a weather vane, it's a spear.
What if
Gedalia's spear.
you guys? I think this would take me to her.
Shit.
And Eliza suddenly grabs onto it very tightly.
She told me she could be rid of this thing.
She's
She could be
part of the
ready.
Pantheon, right? She's part of the Pantheon, right? Like, she's part of the Pantheon. Like, she's
upper level management. Yeah.
she's upper.
She's God.
Wait, she said she could be rid of the skull?
She said she could make me rid of the binding to this sword, but I bet she would know what to do with the skull.
Can you kill your sword with that spear?
I think I need to go to her.
Yeah. If that works the same way as the tuning fork that I would need.
I think we need to visit the gods. Oh, that is a weird thing to say. Kismet, I know you don't like them.
Well,
I had other destinations in plan.
I mean, it's not a one-time use spell.
I think we need to go here first. Even just to hear what she has to say.
I mean, where is there? You go to sleep, you wake up with some magical something that hums and is gonna take you literally God knows where. And
It would take us to Palace. To heaven. I assume. But also it feels right. The whole... Besides, how many people get to say that they went and visited the Hall of the Gods?
not entirely sure if I'm comfortable with the notion.
A queen? Visiting the gods?
The gods are the ones that drove my people from this plane. I've no fear of standing on equal footing. I'm just not sure if I'm comfortable walking into the mouth of the lion.
Just don't know what else to do.
It's a lot to think on.
I mean, how do we even follow this?
Willow would cast her spell. We would use Adalia's spear. And we would follow it.
Let me take a look at it.
I'm not ruling it out, but we're meant to make land tomorrow. We've got to deal with what's in front of us here. And then we want to follow your spear, we can.
I think we need to follow the spear so we know how to deal with what's in front of us.
And follow it into where and when and for how long? What happens if this ship shows up in High Keep and we're not on it? We've been through so much. We lost a brother to bring this to an end.
So we just hand over the skull?
Oh, no.
That's why I want to go. I don't know.
Do we know if time passes differently in Palace? As it does in the Fey.
Palace, by the way.
Palace.
Who knows anything about Palace? We're not meant to walk those halls. Maybe you are, but...
Yeah.
That's where your father said to meet him.
Oh, shit. I take it back. Sorry, I thought that was like the name of like where we go when we die.
It is.
Is that the same thing?
It is.
We're basically visiting.
We're visiting heaven.
But I thought it just meant like, you know, like I'll see you when you kick it.
You
Yeah.
guys,
You know, casual.
what if Hallie's there?
Ugh.
And Hallie's there.
But like, good.
Oh, I hope so.
And Willow's mother? And Kismet's parents?
My entire people?
Mm. I don't trust this god of yours. But I trust you.
I'm a little crazy right now. This demon keeps talking to me. And I'm going to find a god to release me of the demon that's talking to me. But something's telling me this is what we've got to do. It's the third way. We thought there was one way or another way. And somehow there's a fork in the road that wasn't there before. A tuning fork. In the shape of a spear.
You're trying really hard, but I get what you're saying.
Just think about it. But not too hard, because if we're going to do this, we should do it soon.
It's not just me. It's... Just looks around to Willow and Ergun and Orlak.
Boulder parchment shears.
I don't
I
know
love
if
the game as much as the next, but I think this is too big to leave to chance. I'm asking you. You feel it in your bones.
Willow?
Is this the way?
I mean,
Yes, for me.
it is something that it seems like it would benefit you from getting this soul-consuming sword off of you.
And benefit us getting some real answers about what to do with this skull.
It would seem to me that the answer to two of our pending plights lies in Palace. I don't see what more discussion there is to be had.
So we tell the king.
You tell him that the gods call you to Palace.
A direct message from Adalia would...
What is a king to a god?
Fair enough.
Try explaining to the goat that's sitting on the top of the mountain that it's small.
I thought you thought highly of your king.
I do. But as much as I may think highly of him as a man, he's still a man.
That sounds like something your friend would have said.
You're not wrong.
Well, I'd best get this spell prepared then. If we're going to do it, we should do it soon.
Should we tell the king that we're doing it, or should we go without sending that message?
Seeing as not communicating with him is part of what landed you in hot water, as they say.
I thought
I will then tell him that we have been called to Palace by Adalia herself, and are still on our way to the court with a slight detour.
it
Isn't
would
that
be him
how
if
you
he
got in trouble in the first place?
What?
Isn't that how you got in trouble in the first place?
Taking a
No,
detour?
actually, we didn't tell him we were taking a detour the first time.
The first time we got in trouble because we didn't tell him anything. This time we're keeping in touch and letting him know what's happening. Also, this time we're telling him, you know, the Pantheon has called us to the Hall of the Gods.
Does that happen a lot? Where you're from?
That has literally never happened to anyone else before.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before either. You think he's gonna believe you after everything?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Hopefully, when we return, there'll be some sort of...
proof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't we go see your king? And if things go bad, we can always get out of there.
Because
Don't they have like? You guys have priests and clerics, right?
Yeah.
They should be able to check if you're that little spear guy and.
Oh, the frequency of it.
Yeah, I guess.
What if we hand over the skull, which we're supposed to get answers about, in Pelesse, and something goes wrong? Do we just
What if you
escape
take the
to the
skull
Hall
to
of Gods?
Pelesse and the gods destroy it, and then you go back here, and the king is like, "Hey,
Then the
my
gods
skull."
literally destroyed it.
So
We wouldn't have proof of that.
let's say I'm the king. You guys take extra long to get back, and you go, the gods destroyed it for us.
By the way, here's Hallie's corpse.
Fine. We stand before the king and we hope he allows us consort with the gods. Hell, maybe he'll go with us. Mhm. We are his musketeers.
Mm,
Are you?
I think we need to do it all at once. I think we need to present ourselves, present Hali, and show him the skull and show him her spear at the same time. And I think we go to her right there in front of them. We're following your order to the letter. However, we have been given
Summoned.
a divine summons. And as your servants, we're bound to honor the call of the gods on your behalf.
Ooh. You're getting court speak down pat, my queen.
I really need you to stop with that. Makes me
Over
very...
your majesty.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh.
okay.
Oh.
So, king first.
Are we agreed?
King first, and then we go there. And then.
Willow, how long does that spell take for you to cast?
Let's see. It's instantaneous.
All right. Well, if we
I
need
just have
to,
to.
and if they don't stop us from it, you can always try to escape.
They
Yeah.
try to take it, we go anyway, but we do everything on our power to help them understand and go with their blessing.
Okay.
If I change my mind about this next week, you'll understand, right?
Well,
I mean, later, not next week, later.
yeah, I was gonna say. Brian's still out next week.
Honestly, I think you'd be very into
You'd be very into
your
this.
choices and how you've played things tonight.
Yeah.
Well, with his whole thing about, crossing planes and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how he'll go for that,
Mhm.
but I had to, to go with my gut.
I mean, I think that
Crossing
he's.
planes is different when Celestials are doing it.
I think Orlak is just more about things going back to the way that they are supposed to be. Like this skull should not be here.
Yeah.
Right, you are.
Right.
Correct.
That feels like a I don't want to jump anything for anybody else, but we are at 11 here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we
Like a
did.
very easy, natural place to end things.
Very
Yeah.
good place to end things.
I was gonna say I don't think we're gonna make much more progress tonight.
No. When was the last time we leveled up?
It was a while ago, but we were also trying to take it slow so we didn't like level ourselves out of these characters.
Yeah, but we're coming to the end.
Now
We
we
wanna
get
see
to
the
text the group
gods.
thread and tell Brian that we leveled up and it'll actually be true.
We leveled up without him.
Everybody who was there leveled up.
Yeah, everybody except Brian.
He's halfway around the world.